minutes, which is something that we have not seen utilized in the RuPaul's Drag Race franchise in I don't know how many seasons, but they put it together well. So let's hop on in, okay? At the start of this episode, we find out, well, in Untucked, we find out that Amethyst and Robin Fierce once dated. Any quick thoughts about that?
No.
Okay.
Hot.
Some Kai Kai. I love Kai Kai, I guess. I've never participated, but hey. Once again, there is no mini challenge. I don't know what is going on with the budget. They just went to VH1, and I guess it's just not gonna give. But we do find out that we have a maxi challenge, and it's called the Queer After. It's an interpretation of the afterlife. 3 teams are responsible for coming up with every devilish detail and then selling it in an infomercial. So Anitra won the maxi challenge from last week, so she gets to pick team 1. Amethyst survived the lip sync, so she gets to pick team 2, and then whoever isn't picked will form team 3. So team 1 ends up being team Anitra, Lux Noir London, Sasha Colby, Selena Estides, and Marsha. Team 2 is team Amethyst, which is Amethyst, Lucy DeLuca, Lucy LaDuca. Is it Aora Mayari?
Aura
Mayari. Damn, sorry, girl. Spice and Princess Poppy. And then team 3 is team Leftovers, which is Mistress Isabel Brooks, Malaysia Baby Doll Fox, Jax, Robin Fierce, and Sugar. So, do you guys have any thoughts on what was going on in the workroom when they were planning their scenes? Is there anything that came up? There was like little petty, I guess, conflict for the sake of drama. But do you think anything was like significant, or shall we bypass?
No.
No? Sarah?
I have a little something. So
Yes.
I thought it was really interesting how they split Sugar and Spice up. Of course, they're competing on their own, and I totally get that. But did you guys get that either of the twins will be more of an asset to a team than the other? Because they sort of came off as on the same playing field for me.
Yeah, kind of like not useless, but useless.
One of them was in the leftover group, and then the other one actually got picked.
Yeah, I was telling Lawrence this, and it's very early, so I want to give these queens some credit. Or some grace. I don't know that a lot of these queens are old enough to have hit their stride. And age isn't always a factor. I mean, you have like Aquaria, Gottmik, et cetera, et cetera. However, I feel like some of these queens aren't done baking.
Facts.
Am I wrong? Am I the only one to
say
say?
Wait, based on what are you referencing?
I guess just like in terms of knowing who they are. Like with Sugar and Spice, I feel like people who thrive in these teamwork settings are people who know themselves and know what they can bring forward. And I don't feel like a lot of them had solid ideas because they don't know fully what they bring. I think some of them know that they're cute and that they're good drag queens, but I don't think their persona is fully established, if that makes sense.
Drag the twins. Wow.
And it's not just the twins. It's a few girls so far. And I'm just like, okay. But this is also episode 3, and we have to, like, wean them out. But, like, so far, some of the queens are really young. Like, young to knowing themselves. I'm looking from the outside in.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my thoughts. And no apologies. So, yeah. Any more thoughts on the workroom?
I was using the bathroom. I blinked my eyes. I came back and we're
at the bar.
So, yeah, let's just...
You only had 45 minutes, sweetie. You shouldn't have went to the bathroom.
I forgot to use it all week.
So then we go to the filming, and for me, while watching the filming, I can't say that it seemed like Michelle Visage was sold on any particular group. Did anyone pick up on that? Did you guys have any feelings about the taping?
Ever since she got her breast implants removed, like she's become like a Grinch, even Grinchier than usual. And she just needs to pop them back in. She needs to put a smile on her face, and she needs to just calm the fuck down a little bit. Like everything is just like a sour face. Like, bitch, like relax. It's just like, it's not that serious. Why don't you help them out the same way that you helped Kylie Sonique Love win that challenge that she shouldn't have won in All-Star 6?
Don't disrespect our All-Star winner.
Okay.
Please don't.
What a low blow. And this is why I drink.
Thank you. It's giving Thorgy. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll go. So with Michelle Visage, I didn't even I saw that in the commercial or the teaser at the end of the last episode. I figured she would be a little harsh, particularly on Sasha Colby because of how the teaser came out.
Mhm.
But yes, I think this is what Michelle does. I would love to see Michelle and Ross more. Um, on these main challenge practice or behind the scenes moments, just so it doesn't just have a balance, because it did seem like even with the first group Michelle was like, okay, this doesn't look like it's going to go well, but usually I enjoy a balance of
Mhm.
like, okay, maybe it's not going to go well, but hey, try this, which is usually what Ross would do or Carson would do or any other
Mhm.
type of judge would do.
Yeah, and I figured that it was for shock value, kind of like for us to assume that every team was going to be shit once they hit the main stage. So they didn't give any positive critiques. I don't I don't know. It also was that awkward watching it.
Yeah.
Like not the finished product, but like watching them tape those parts. I was like, because I find that Michelle is a lot more fun loving as she's gotten older. Like she's never taken any shit, but like I feel like she's always down to laugh. And during the filming, it wasn't giving that. Like there was nothing to laugh at. So I was like, well, I understand what's going on here. Like shit ain't funny. So I don't know.
I just think that like if you're gonna like if this is gonna be like a first of all, the acting challenges, they need to retire this like altogether. That's
You
just how I
think?
feel. Yeah, I do. It never it always kind of ends up like the same way. There's like one team that's like favored or like one drag queen that's like favored in like the edit. And a lot of times like even when like the parts that they actually laugh at, they don't actually show it like in like the final
Mm,
like viewing. I'm like, so like what is all of this like really kind of for? Why in episode 3 are you showing all of the queens or are you editing them to look like novice um drag queens? Some of them I
mm.
guess are, but why such like a it just felt very 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 strange to me. Like I don't like I don't know. Get Aubrey O'Day back. She had a little bit more pizzazz when she was judging the girls than Michelle.
Okay, it's because she went off on Diddy and now she has, extra strength. I personally feel like that might actually fall into why I feel like these girls haven't hit their stride yet. It might be the edit. I think that the edit gives the look that these queens are not, they might be current queens who are doing well on social media and understand the trends, but it gives that is where they thrive until they get that real world drag experience. There are some queens on here like Mistress Isabel and Malaysia and those girls that really seem like they've hit the streets, and they perfected their craft. But I feel like there's some girls who are in here, no shade, but like the Amethyst and I wouldn't say Anitra. No, I wouldn't say Anitra. Amethyst, the twins, like it's like they don't fully, even Marsha, no shade. It feels like they don't have their full drag experience. But that could be the edit. It really could be the edit. All right, so you guys ready to hit the runway, or do y'all have any extra thoughts?
I just want to say that like Shangela in All Stars 3, like she absolutely really hit her stride like there. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
season 2 she was, oh my god. And then
Crunchy.
season 3 like she was better.
Yeah.
And she had only been doing drag for 2 years at that point. So
Right.
I think that like a part of it is just kind of like where drag culture just kind of is. And I think like all around, not so much you, Eric, but just I think like all around, especially when it comes to the twins, for some reason, a lot of people are afraid to admit that they're actually doing quite well, better than people thought that they would be doing. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what that's like really about. If drag is supposed to like be something that's all encompassing, like where like accepting of like trans drag and like like all of these like other like types of like drag forms that are on like the main stage, then you doing drag like on TikTok, because you can't say that their makeup is busted, you can't say
No.
that their aesthetic is cheap or like
Nope.
nasty or whatever. Like what can you really say? The only 2 episodes that we've seen, they were both safe, and it was kind of like a mid safe. It wasn't like a low safe. It was like it was serviceable. So I
Mm-hmm.
kind of feel like people are waiting on like their downfall, and I'm not really sure why. Is it because they haven't been doing drag for 14 years like Mistress Isabel Brooks and they're competing in the same competition? or like do they? I just don't really get that. Like, just kind of give credit where credit is due, and like shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy. We're saying Mistress Isabel Brooke's been doing drag for so long. Mistress Isabel Brooke is like a year older than the twins. It's
I
so
know it's
crazy.
crazy. She painted.
I'm not quite sure when
Oh, yeah.
Mistress Isabel Brooks have been started doing drag, but maybe it's been like since she was a teen. But I will have to disagree. I haven't heard or seen people preying on the twins' downfall. I think that they're actually blowing up, and people are really rooting for them. I think they were me personally. I think they were overhyped, but rightfully so, because these are the first group of twins to walk in on RuPaul's Drag Race, and they are doing pretty well on social media without the franchise. So I feel like they came in with a following, and that following is really rooting for them. But yeah, I don't really see them going that far, but we'll see. But yeah, I also would like to add. I know you only said a few, Eric, but I also like to add. I feel like Lucy LaDuca also knows her lane.
Yes,
Do
she
you guys
seems
agree?
like.
Who is that? That's the one that has like the tight waist, right?
Yes.
Tight waist, big boobs.
The
Oh yeah,
nasty
yeah, yeah.
silhouette.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And just to clear it up, like I really like the twins. I think they're super cute. Actually, what Derek said. Okay, let's take it to the runway. Derek, vote for me. Bring it to the runway. Runway. Hopefully they don't like that.
Wait, no, do a taekwondo kick.
Huh?
Do a taekwondo kick.
Is that my see? Yes.
That's a job. We'll give you your 10s. Don't go trying to snap your neck like she did, and then you just break your whole damn spine. You don't have that kind of.
Okay. It gave.
Why did she eat that up?
She did. She really did. Okay, so let's look at our first set of looks. The category is Metallica. All right.
Just as I thought. Okay, let's see.
So who do we have up first? Robin Fierce. Thoughts? Lawrence, kick us off.
I like this look in this picture. I love the hair. I think she looks really beautiful. She's kind of always gonna look beautiful. I feel like something was missing, but it's a toot from me for sure.
Derek?
Robin is playing it safe. She needs a manicure. She needs a bra, especially because I feel like I want her to go far. But she's playing it pretty safe. But I do like this look. It doesn't give me much. I feel like I've seen Monet Exchange wear something similar. I don't know.
Don't ever disrespect Robin like that. Are you fucking kidding? What did Monet wear that looked like this, Derek? Go.
She wore something like this in the Legend song on All Star 7 episode 1 with the kitty cat wig. I know it's hard to imagine Monet in a kitty cat wig, but she was wearing.
It wasn't something like this. It was like a gladiator. It was more closer to like Marsha's look. I feel like actually, it was like this skirt. I know what you're talking. I feel like it was like this.
It was like a skirt. Yeah, it was like a skirt.
Yeah.
It wasn't like long like that, but the colors. It didn't give me Metallica. It didn't.
Robin's look didn't give you Metallica.
Not really.
Interesting.
For me,
is that a toot or a boot?
Oh, this is a toot. Soft toot. No, it's a strong toot. It's a pretty strong suit.
It's a toot for me too. I would like to say I'm extremely attracted to Robin Fierce in drag. Out of drag, but in drag. She's one of those queens I like. She's very like, y'all know what it's like, the Jada Essence all Hall effect, like that type of energy. I love queens that give just puss. But I will agree with Derek. She is playing it safe, and it's not. I feel like this look wasn't enough to say that she's busting through. It's pretty, it's serviceable, it gets the job done, but it's not memorable.
Wait,
You know,
next to all of these look. Oh, wait, hold on. Next to all of the looks that we saw on the runway, this is playing it safe.
I do think so. Yes, I thought a lot of the
Wow.
looks on the runway were playing it safe. There's not majority. I felt played it safe. There were a few standouts. I did also realize at the end of this, I didn't like this category.
Yeah,
I
it
did not
was
like it.
weird.
I think we
RuPaul's
would have
running
liked
this
it
stuff.
more had it been had we saw looks that we were like fawning over. But
Right.
remember, our minds are like warped into like All-Star 7 still. Like we haven't weaned ourselves off of it. So I think that a lot of us are looking for this grand expensive like
But not even
garment.
necessarily on an All Star 7 tip. I'm thinking Simone season 13. Those girls did not play. Season 14, they still
Well,
had
some of
those
them
budgets.
played.
Some played and they went home. But for the most part, we got some really iconic looks from that season. And I know that this is episode 3. I'm just thinking, like, remember when they had the LeMay challenge and Gottmik did that thing that looked like Sasha Velour's? That's actually not a good shout out. But Sasha Velour's reunion look.
No.
Remember she looked like an alien?
The LeMay You Stay, right? I
Yeah.
can't remember. I don't know.
And Gottmik was like gold and stuff. It was just. It
Oh,
looked
I remember. Yeah, that was beautiful. Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. When Sasha came, I remember what you're talking about. Yeah.
So I'm like, these girls can do it. I just don't think that they're thinking big enough. And I'm not putting them in an All-Star 7 frame. I'm putting them in a regular season frame. So like, if they want to stick out, they better stick out. Next up, we have this is Amethyst, right? On the right.
This is Amethyst. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Next to her. Yeah.
Other than the coat, I don't like this. It looks cheap.
Amethyst cheap.
The coat is nice. The coat is very nice. The dress under it is cheap. And it looks like it's made with like gift wrapping paper.
It's the same fabric, Eric.
I know, and that's what's so confusing. Maybe just the coat would have been enough.
I think it's the fact that like had she cinched a little bit more, had it like hugged her body like a bit more, I feel like it would have done better. I'm gonna give it a soft 2. I don't know what everyone was talking about, but I actually really like her hair, especially with this. I don't know if it was purposeful because of what's kind of to come in like the lip sync or something, but it just seems like those stars went in alignment quite well for her.
Mm-hmm.
I agree that the fabric doesn't look necessarily like expensive, but kind of good thing that it was.
Oh, true. Because this should have
gave
gave us Terry Colby.
Anyway, I think that it's a soft 2.
I agree. It's definitely a soft 2, and I think that the corrections that you gave would have definitely improved it because she doesn't have a shape in this outfit, and I think that's the problem that makes it look like but the coat is sickening. Derek?
Honey, what is this? That's a shape. Y'all don't see it?
You know what?
Well, remember they modify these outfits like for Instagram. I don't remember it looking quite like that on the runway, stage. To be very honest.
On stage, it's very up and down, and then like the pep. It is. It's just very up and down, and then like the peplum doesn't have pep, so it's just like I don't know. I like the coat.
Embellishment too. Sorry, Derek. Some embellishment too would have. I feel like elevated this like to like another level. Like, did you stone those tights? I mean, come on.
I really like this look actually. One thing that I would change would be the boots. I do not like the boots with this look. It still could have been boots, but the color just kind of throws me off a bit. I'll give her extra points for doing her hair like this. I really love this hair on Amethyst.
I agree.
This crown, I think she has it going on there at the top. It was really good to see like her switch it up because I was predicting her to be an early out, and she comes so close. She comes so close.
She's fighting.
But I'm glad we're seeing a little bit of we're seeing some different looks. I hopefully as the season go on, and if she does get the opportunity to stay, she shows a little bit more versatility than that Y2K fantasy that I think that she's selling as her aesthetic. But other than that, I really do like this, and I'm going to. It's It's a strong toot for me because I really love this color.
Mhm.
I really
Okay.
love this. Yeah.
So next up we have Jax. I want to preface this by saying I feel like I will like Jax even more as the season progresses because something about her is very relatable. However, this is gonna sound bad. I don't know if Jax is giving me the Monique Hart storyline from season 10 of
Wait, you
not.
texted me last week. No. Let me just stop you right there. You texted in the group chat last week, and you said that I was nasty for saying that she was a cross between Monique Hart and Tiny Harris.
Because that is disgusting. First off, I stand on that. That's disgusting. Even as I was hungover, disgusting. I would never compare her to Monique Hart and Tiny Harris. I'm saying she has a Monique Hart storyline where it's like, I don't know if she has all the funds to execute the way that she wants to. Because, like, for this to be a Mortal Kombat reference, like, Jax, I get it, but, like, it's not dragged up. It's just a Halloween costume. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not pushed over the edge. So it's like, yeah, I get the reference, but at the same time, any of us can achieve this look. If I can achieve this look, it's not hard enough. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't know that she has the means to do it. Because I don't think it's a lack of creativity. I feel like she has it, but maybe she doesn't have the money to go to the moon with it. But
You don't need money to do drag.
you don't, but it don't hurt. I'm just giving her some grace because I really do like Jax. I think she's cute. I think she's spunky. She's talented. I just don't know.
Spunky is the adjective that people give to short people when they know that they're not going to win something, but they want to give them something. That's always the word that people use to describe them. So you don't
That
think
is
that she's
so
going to win.
specific.
I know. Anytime you hear someone call them spunky, it's never someone that's 6'5" that's spunky. It's always somebody that's like 4'11" that's spunky. Why?
Who was our last spunky winner?
In RuPaul's mind, Georges.
Right.
Eric, would you tutor boot this?
Boo.
Boo. Okay. This is trash. Mama, this is trash.
Oh, wait, hold on, Derek. Go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead, Derek.
This is trash, mama. I feel like this is somebody's drunk auntie will actually wear this today.
Going where?
This is actually a Mary J. Blige Super Bowl outfit.
Don't you dare bring Mary J. Blige.
I really cannot. She should have been in the bottom for this shit alone. She should have just been in the bottom. Honestly, it's when the world is your runway. Soon as Jax, you're in the bottom. What the fuck is this? This is the third time she's put on something fucking crazy. The entrance look was a no. You know what she looked like in her entrance look? I had to go. What's the little rats? The Real Housewives rats? The little rats with the hair? It's a cartoon.
Cynthia? Rugrats?
No. It's like I have to figure it out, but then I'm gonna bring it back later because she'll be going home next episode. But what I'm saying is, and then her runway last week, I tried to give her a pass. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. And I'm surprised Michelle didn't eat her up. I know we only had 30 minutes to film a whole episode, but damn, this is pretty bad.
There might be a storyline to come with it. That maybe that's why they're not making it seem like she'll go home soon. Maybe she will hit like a Lady Camden edit and just, I don't know.
You're right.
I like her. I'm really hoping for the best, but I don't know.
We gave up Irene Dubois for this.
Y'all need to let that go. Y'all are pumping that.
Irene with a pump looks. Jax. Yeah, it's a boot.
Fair. Lawrence.
Sorry about it.
It's actually a toot for me. I didn't think it was nearly as bad as everyone was making it out to seem. I think what people were waiting for was like shiny metallic, but I kind of got like that Mortal Kombat, like you're in a cage, like fighter, like type of look. And I think that actually is more of like her aesthetic versus last week, which was atrociously ugly.
I feel like it was
But I
baby.
feel like this is like better. And if I'm kind of grading on a curve, which we kind of have to because this category altogether was
Uh-huh.
a little lackluster. Um, uh, it's a soft two for me. I didn't think it was nearly as bad. I actually really liked her hair. I liked her makeup this time better than I did last time as well. I think she actually kind of stepped it up. To be very honest, I think it's a soft two.
Most of
I
these girls are
think it's a
wearing
soft two.
leotards, and I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these girls are wearing leotards, and I hate it. A leotard and a cape is not gonna cut it.
Well, it's
I mean, I
cutting
guess
it.
if all the girls in the season
I
do it,
guess
it'll cut it. But
we but one of them actually literally wore that, and I'm so sorry for my girl.
next up, we have Anitra.
A leotard and a cape.
The cape, the cape is a two. Everything else, I don't want. No, this could have been Bosco. Just cut the middle section and put a strap in it. I just like no, but I will say that opposed to Amethyst, Anitra's looks expensive across.
Really?
I believe. Do you have it on your phone to like
I
flash?
don't
Because on
know.
this screen, it looks like. And what I saw on the runway, yeah, I felt like it cost more money than Amethyst. Probably because the inside of her dress didn't have that extra structure. But I feel like Anitra's had enough structure that it looked like money was spent on the material, and that's why I'm saying it looks um more expensive. It didn't blow it out the water, don't get me wrong, but it's pretty similar in terms of concept. So comparing and contrasting, I do think Anitra's cost more, and I'd be willing to bet that it did.
Yeah. So it's a shame because Anitra's taking home the crown. But what I will say is, I do like Anitra's makeup. Not too crazy about the hair. Um, the So I wonder if she made this herself, and if she's going to continue to make these things herself, it's going to be her downfall. And I feel like that a lot when folks don't like invest. And I know it's a money thing. I know it's expensive to have these like top designers create looks for you on the runway, but I would love to see Anitra in something a lot more um, elevated on the runway because I'm really rooting for her. Remember, I couldn't really describe last week what her aesthetic was.
Mm-hmm.
I found out.
What is it?
Street Fighter.
It gives. It gives.
It gives that. It gives that. The talent show when she walked, her entrance look, and her first runway, and this. I mean, I don't know. It just the cape just seemed like an afterthought.
Do you think the cape was the afterthought and not the bodysuit?
Well, I don't know. I would have loved to have seen it something more. I don't know. It's just throw on a cape and let's call it Metallica.
Yeah, because if she didn't have it, she would not fall under the category.
Did she pat? Do you guys know this?
I'm sure she did. Yeah, I think she did. Not too much. Going back to what I said, I honestly think that their outfits may cost the same. Lawrence, what do you think?
It's a boot. I don't know what the hell Derek is talking about. This is a boot. This is a leotard and a cape. It doesn't look good. The hair looks terrible. Like she has an elevate like her talent show. Yeah, that was great and everything like that. But this is not America's Next Drag Street Fighter. This is the Next Drag Superstar.
Right.
So huge pass. And I'm a little bit surprised that she's kind of getting like a pass and like Jax is not. I would rather wear what Jax is wearing than wear what she's wearing. That's for sure.
No.
That you can actually do in the comfort of your own home. What do they
I
call
feel like
that?
both can be done
Homemade.
in the comfort.
I am very shocked.
Yeah, and Jax's actually has like a little bit more character, so to speak. And if I was gonna be a fighter and I was gonna fight someone, I'd wear Jax's look as opposed to Miss Street Fighter here.
Jax is wearing City Trends. Please stop. That is not okay.
Wait, what is Anitra wearing? Aluminum foil. I
I
think
actually
Prince
agree
that
with the
shit up
both of
and
y'all.
crazy glue it to a fucking cape my damn self and do the same thing. She didn't even sell it down the runway. She was walking like one of those
They only had 7 seconds
robots.
each.
Yeah, but there were other queens that were still
RuPaul
selling it on
said,
the
Mistress
runway.
Isabel Jax, Anitra, literally like that. It was quick, so she didn't have much time. But hey,
I don't feel like there was much to show on the runway. I noticed that too, Derek. At a point, I was like, "This is going really fast," but also these outfits don't need much spotlight. Not all of them.
yeah, this is not the light up runway that we saw on All Star 7, which deserved a lot more time and attention. This Metallica runway was not it, and I think I hear what you're saying, Lawrence, about Jax's look being better and Anitra, and I'm here to say that you're delusional.
Right. I agree with both of y'all. Actually, next up, Jesus Christ, Poppy.
Can we just skip? There's nothing positive to say about this.
I hate this look. I'm sorry.
That was embarrassing. Like I literally closed my eyes all 7 seconds she was on the runway. Like that was offensive. I was just like, wow, season 2.
I mean,
not even season 2. Imagine her walking down the runway with this after Tyra just walked down the runway. Like, what is this?
It could work.
This is
her
like
right after Nicole Page Brooks. I think that would flow.
Nicole Page Brooks looks better than this. This should have been an automatic out. You got 15 queens. You guys can spare quite a few of them. Go now. You gotta go. Princess, pop the fuck up on out of here.
Oh my gosh.
Because how could you pack this in your suitcase season 15 after seeing what we've seen thus far, all these damn seasons, iterations, international seasons, and you thought that this was going to cut it?
She folded this up nice and tight and she put it in that little compartment in the suitcase that has like its own little thing. She was just like, all right, this is runway number 3. If I make it that far. And that's it.
That's what her untucked was given too. It was given, hey.
And her sisters, like they ain't shit. Because they really let her walk out on the runway like, girl, you're not gonna throw some glitter on yourself or like something. Like, what is this?
Like, even you out here looking like Jax.
Huh?
Oh, wow, tear down Black Queen at every moment that you possibly can, why don't you? On, please.
I hated it. I'm guessing it's a boot, but I will let y'all say it for yourselves. It's a boot for me.
It's a boot.
You guys know I love the San Francisco Queen. I'm out here, and I just wanted to see her thrive. But this, I can't with the blue hair. It's too much. And all her looks so far have just been no. No.
Crazy how you say it's too much while it also is not enough.
It's not giving anything at all.
Anything. Drag 101. Okay. Next up, we have Lucy LaDuca. This is one of the most expensive looking pieces on the runway tonight. I will give her that, absolutely. That body, the silhouette, nasty. The wig, I had a teacher like her. I don't know. She looks great. She does look great. I'm just underwhelmed at this category. And maybe it's because the ideas are nothing that we haven't seen. Like, structurally, this is like a corset, a really well done corset, some boots, and I don't even think she didn't have a cape, did she?
No.
And some arm cuffs. This is nothing innovative. It's just well done. It's not reinventing the wheel, so it's serviceable. Am I gagging? Am I turning my neck and breaking it? No, but it looks expensive.
This is Lucy LaDuca's Drag Race. This here is top tier. No, I'm kidding. This doesn't give me Metallica at all, actually, you guys. If you look at the details, it doesn't give me Metallica. But it is a very nice look. I think she looks good. I love the hair with that. I love the... and if you pay attention to her on the main stage, she stayed in character the whole time, which I love. Yeah, the outfit... this is cute. I'd wear this to the grocery store. This is cute. I love
quinoa.
I love this, and the hair. I love the hair. But considering everybody else, like this was just by default the best, one of the best.
This is definitely one of the top looks on a runway.
Yeah,
Which
I am going to. It's it's a strong two.
I was about to say, if you shoot this,
Yeah,
child,
yeah. My taste level will be like,
we're just now accommodating the season. Let's keep a shoot at shoot level. Lawrence,
It's a toot. It's a very weak toot for me though. I think that like when she turned around and I saw like the big red draws, I was just like, you know what? No, I'm not doing this.
wait, she was wearing big red underwear. Oh! I see what you mean. Yeah.
I
Bring
don't
it
think I
down a little
noticed
bit.
that.
Everyone else did, but the riggery
Was
is
it trying to give
real.
slut?
So it's not giving that. I think that it really could have fell like right below. Like if you're gonna wear something like that, like bring it down like a little bit lower, and I would have actually given this a very strong two because I really do like it. I even like the hair with it, to be very honest. I like all of like the pieces and stuff. This is just a queen that I think also cares a lot about her aesthetic, and I see that, and I really like that like a lot. She's never gonna be the one that just kind of like, I'm going out on the runway. I'm not confident in my look, but I'm gonna make it work. Like she's not gonna be that queen. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
take my time, and it's going to look good. It might not be the best, but it's never gonna be the worst. So I'm definitely gonna give it a two.
Yeah.
Which is why she'll be going straight to the finale.
She
You think
gives.
everyone's going to the finale,
I
and they're
gave you. I've
not.
been consistent with my top four, and then I added Robin Fierce as like a possible top five. But I gave you my top four, and I've been pretty consistent.
Okay. And we are gonna move on to our next set of girls. We will come back to that
Annie.
finale 4. So hold those thoughts. Okay, so we're gonna go to Sasha Colby. I will say that it is very hard for all the queens of future seasons to top what we have seen. I don't feel like this is anything that is reinventing the wheel. Will I say it is one of the best looks on that runway tonight? Or whenever that night was? Yes. But was my mind blown? No. But the quality of garment was there. The structure was beautiful. She looked amazing. It's a two. It's just nothing different, you know. Pheromone probably could have did this in her own way, or another Vegas girl could have did this in her own way. It probably would. Pheromones would have looked this expensive or more expensive. But like, we've had so many Vegas girls that like it just doesn't shock me. So, but it's a really good look. It's a two. It's a two. It's a two. Derek.
It is a two for me, a strong two. I really like it. I don't think there were any shoots on this runway, personally, to be honest. So I do like it a lot. Like you said, Eric, it's not reinventing the wheel. I really do feel like she already had this made and just dusted off and packed it. But I think she looks good. She looks like one of the best. And she didn't have much competition that night anyway.
Okay. Storm them bitches. Lawrence?
It's a very soft toot for me. I think the only reason why people actually kind of like this is because she won the challenge.
No, I don't think so. Because we didn't even know that she won until...
We did. We watched.
I did not.
Episode. You watched all 3 of those things and you didn't think that Sasha Colby won?
No.
Well, it's a very soft toot. It looks very, I don't know, to me when I think like elevated Halloween, this is what I think of. It doesn't look like
Halloween. Is that a read?
No, it's not a read. It's an observation. It's just like I don't think that it actually was like marvelous in that picture. It looks marvelous, but of course there's
a
lot of editing that's going on here. But when she walked out with it, I gave her thing of the things, But I think it's because it was also kind of like her episode to win. I don't think that this is like, if you compare this to like her last week's look, this is a very heavy Timberland boot. I mean, there's nothing that would compare to that. So I mean, it's a soft two. I don't hate it, but I'm also not like, oh my god, Sasha Kobe, the legend.
Yeah, I also don't want to see her fall on the showgirl aesthetic.
Well, she's a showgirl.
There's
She's not a
other
tighter ass showgirl, but she is a showgirl.
There are other ways that she can play with it.
But
She'll
that's
hit her
what I-
stride. This is only episode 3. I'm giving grace, but I'm keeping these observations very honest.
I have been bored with her past 2 runways, not gonna lie. Her first runway was very nice. Drag me if I actually said shoot to her first look, but I don't think that I did.
That tribal one?
That was it. That was it. Now I will give her that. That was it. But some of these looks just seem a little dated.
She's an older seasoned queen too, so I think that might be a big part of it. Because like her runway last week was gorgeous, but it's like just seeing that aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that aesthetic, and her name behind her, and it sucks that she has such a name behind her because the expectation is ridiculously high. But these are just minor tweaks. She's great. It's just not
She's amazing.
But she's
so
sickening.
Yeah.
But 2s across the board.
Yep.
2. Mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all gonna have to help me out. Who's Sugar and who's Spice in these pictures?
The blue one is Spice.
Okay, next up we have Spice. They look cute. I want them to stop doing this. I want them to stop matching. There are differences in their outfits, clear differences, but not clear enough. Y'all are not competing as twins. This is not a handicap match. Like, y'all are supposed to be distinct drag personas, and everything kind of mirrors each other in their own way. Kind of to the point where you don't get a contrast of what is Sugar and what is Spice. Because in my mind, both of these looks can fall under the category of Sugar, but there's no Spice in either one. Kind of like their entrance look when they first came in. They both gave Spice, but there was no Sugar. I think both of them need to establish what their drag persona is outside of being a twin, so that way they can last longer. Because they keep doing this as a package deal, and then when they get split up, nothing is going to make sense. Because they branded themselves as one. So I really want them to stop doing that. It's cute. They don't look bad. They're never going to look cheap. It's a 2. Just stop matching each other, please. I know one has on like more of a legging material while the other one has more of like a full pant, but like it's just not enough. It's not enough. They look pretty, but like separate yourselves, please.
You think it's a 2 or you think it's a 2?
It's a 2. It's a 2.
And I'm going to just toot them both together because it's just a waste of time. they look no different than one another to give them individual critiques. So they both look, or maybe I'm missing something, but I will say I like Sugar's hair. I do like Sugar's hair. You can barely see it in that photo, but I'm looking at a different photo. I do like her hair, but other than that, I'm bored.
You're so right about reviewing them at the same time because it's 2 for both. Lauren?
It's a very strong 2 for Spice. I think she looks absolutely gorgeous. And she absolutely met the category's theme.
Mm-hmm.
She looks really good. And yeah, I think like she looks excellent.
Uh-huh. And your thoughts on Sugar?
Yeah.
Sugar, actually, I would almost give it a shoot. I really, really like Sugar's look a lot better than Spice's, and considering that I really like Spice's look, I love Sugar's look.
Uh-huh.
And I have to say, I really think that this episode, it really could have established Sugar as being a contender. She was trying to take charge amongst her group, or at least given her 2 cents in a lot of different things, and the other queens just kind of wouldn't really let her. And interestingly enough, in her group, she was the best. So I think that I think that a lot of those queens really need to. I mean, I still haven't forgiven Mistress Isabel Brooks for her disgusting biscuit heels that she walked into the entrance room with. So I think that like they really need to just kind of like hold off on like the hazing of like these queens and give the room and the space and like to blossom. But also these queens were added onto the show for that primary reason of being twins and doing like their drag kind of like with each other. So to kind of come on the show and just kind of we don't really know each other, we want to do something different. Why? If what we do like honestly works, which so far it's been working quite well, um I don't see why they should change it. That is
Go
their
ahead. I'm
brand.
sorry.
I mean, Jinx Monsoon won a branding challenge where she didn't do a brand and she didn't do a dance. So I don't see why Sugar and Spice need to switch it up either.
Because it's not memorable. You remember Jinx
It
Monsoon.
is memorable.
It is not memorable.
Yeah, no, Jinx Monsoon didn't deserve to win, but I'm just saying, like, here, they literally had two of the best looks on the runway. You might not be able to differentiate between the two. I can. I don't know how anybody else kind of can. Sugar usually wears the light colored stuff, and Spice wears the dark colored stuff.
That's not true.
And yes, it is.
Oh,
The
well,
only
yeah, I
difference
guess it's
was last
kinda
week's
true.
one way.
Yeah,
That's really like the only difference was last week's one way when they kind of switched when Sugar was Belle, I think that's her name, with the yellow dress and the dark hair, and then the other one was
Ariel.
Ariel.
But also, it's like it's not dark enough. Like, had one been Ariel and then the other been Ursula, there's a contrast. They're like one is
Ursula,
but like that's such a stark contrast. That's what I'm saying. Sugar and Spice is supposed to be a stark contrast. It's like Bubbles and Buttercup, stark contrast. They don't have a stark contrast. They're just different, but not enough to push the envelope. It's just very much like, I don't know. They'll figure out their stride, and maybe it will work. Maybe it will work. I don't see it. I just think they're really cool, and I like them, but I don't feel like they've established enough of a difference between Sugar and Spice. Maybe because they do it together so much, but I don't know. Moving on, we have Malaysia Baby Doll Fox. Lawrence, kick us off. Not feeling it?
I don't really know how to feel anymore. I just kind of feel like she's I don't know. I don't yet. It's a boot. Like I don't like any part of this, like, to be very honest.
You boot this and you toot Jax? I just can't get over it. I just don't.
Yeah, actually that doesn't make sense.
You boot this?
I think that I don't like the hair and the chains with like it's this doesn't actually give me Metallica. It just gives me gray and sad.
I'll give you that. I will give you that.
No.
I agree.
Do you think it's because the material doesn't have enough like shine elements to make it Metallica? Like it's a little dull?
Well, I think that Jax's metal was also very dull because it was kind of like that hard, like kind of
like pipe
they
metal.
used to make like steel, like steel metal or something like that. There was no like luster or something like that to it. Also, I think that Malaysia Baby Doll Fox, like I was in love with her look from last week. This week, I feel like, okay, like it was a gown and you put on like one of those BDSM gay harness that they have at like, the Eagle or something like that. And then she walked out on the runway and then the hair just looked, I didn't like the hair at all with this. But I have to be honest, I said it last week and I'll say it again. Ever since season 11, Silky Nutmeg Ganache has stepped up her drag, honey. Like this is, it's good. But it's a boot. But I know we're gonna see like a lot more from Malaysia Baby Doll Fox. Like I haven't counted her out at all.
Yeah. Derek,
it's a toot for me. I like it torso up, and the standout for me is. The standout for me is the hair, makeup, the jewelry. I love that hair. I love the hair. Love the hair and love the makeup. Yeah, torso up is it for me. But I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't give Metallica. It just doesn't. Unless I'm not seeing something on the dress that maybe you guys are catching, but it's a two.
No,
It's a two.
she didn't catch it either.
I'm sorry.
I said she didn't catch it either.
I enjoyed it. I do. I really like this queen. I think she's beautiful. I can see what you guys are talking about in regards to it not being very Metallica, but it does fit the category. And yeah, I'm just hoping that she has different variations of wigs so that way they don't have to give her the whole don't rely on that same aesthetic. But I think she's cool. I like her a lot. It's a toot for me. So moving on. Next up we have Lux Noir London. I feel like she's really gonna grow on me. I like her now, but I feel like by the end of the season I'm gonna be like hooked. This look was gorgeous. She's stunning. I love her. She makes me smile. Yeah, she's the girl. It's a toot for me. I don't need to say too much. Lawrence, you want to go next?
This is the closest thing that I would give a shoot on this runway. I love the way she sold it. That gold on like amidst like her nice chocolatey dark skin is just really it's giving me Shea Coulee vibes. I just love how gorgeous she looks. The hair, oh my god! Like I wonder how she packed her wigs to like stay. I wonder how much styling it just kind of takes to like revive like those wigs after they've been through TSA and like all these other luggages and stuff. I mean, she is doing drag, and talk about representing for like the young girls and really just she is giving it to them. Like she's giving it to them. Like this is a look that would shut Irene the alien's ass up about Lux. Like, all right, bitch, you did that. Like she looks the fuck good. This is the closest thing to a shoot that I would give. This was probably my strongest look of the runway, to be honest. Like I loved everything about it. There is something that I will say like about Lux's makeup that's a little tiny bit off to me, and I think it's something about like the contouring of the nose.
I know what you're
maybe there's I don't know what that is. Like I want to fall in love with it, but I'm only about 90% of the way there. But everything else, oh my god, I'm obsessed. And she is a fucking performer. I almost want her to be in the bottom two just so I can see her just lip sync and just fucking I love her. I love her.
Sidebar before we go to Derek, I would like to say that Lux Noir London could be classified as spunky.
No, she can't.
I think she can. Something about her energy is very like, I'm here, I'm alert, I'm ready to work. Like it gives me very much like I'm on the go, I'm on the go, I'm on the go. I don't know.
No, spunky is very like kindergarten adjectives. Like, you know, like that's what you write on like the report card of like the kid that doesn't get good grades, but they're charismatic, right? Like, your son is so spunky. Like, don't describe me as fucking spunky. Like, I'm wearing like the best fucking dress on the runway. You're gonna call me spunky? Like, come on.
Energy. I think spunk is an energy, not an aesthetic. I think it's an energy, just that liveliness. I don't know, but I really like her. She's probably like my favorite right now. Well, I have 3. We'll talk in the end. Derek, what are your thoughts on Lux Noir?
I really do love this look. I love Lux's hair choices so far this season. I really do love her hair choices, and she's showing. Yeah, this is actually one of my favorite looks. I love this gold. It does meet the assignment. Yeah, not too much on Lux except for I really like it. Last week's runway, I felt like it was something missing, but also in the same breath, I felt like there was something like it was swallowing her. This fits her just right.
Yeah.
So I really liked it. I can't pinpoint what you guys are talking about with her makeup, but she's eating the girls. She's eating the girls. This was actually one of my top 4 too.
Very
and
strong.
She performed quite well in the challenge as well. Like she's really, she is giving it to them. Like she's ready She's ready. She's
She's
ready.
ready to
You
work.
said representing for the young girls. Have we had a winner that has represented for the young girls yet? Like
Yes,
the future
Aquaria.
Aquaria.
Simone, Aquaria.
There's so many.
was Simone?
Yeah.
Was Simone pretty young?
Simone is young as hell.
Was she
Simone
like
is like what, 20?
What was she
Simone.
like, 24?
There's something more fresh about Lux than
It's her
Simone.
confessional look. It's very Gen Z. Like, who
Yeah.
would wear that for a confessional look?
I get what you're saying. Yeah, and maybe it's the fact that Simone was just always bald.
Maybe so.
Because that adds to an older aesthetic, kind of, sort of. Like, Simone has a youthful energy, but her always presenting bald in confessionals can be a contrast to the youth, you know?
And then she's very much like, oh, baby.
Right.
Right.
All that ages her in a way, but I love me some Simone. But she's not on the season, so... So
Tyra also was 22, I think, when she won the crown. Or 21. Tyra Sanchez.
Yeah, she was young, too.
Yeah. Quite a few of them. Raja was...
Raja?
was pretty old.
Which Raja?
I'm kidding. No,
Oh,
neither one.
okay. Let's move on, because now we're saying anything. Next, we have Mistress Isabel Brooks. And this one had to grow on me because I love the sleeves. I just felt like the bottom, even as a bigger girl, you have to cinch really tightly to give it that hardcore structure. And some of these, because they weren't cinched hard enough, gave like gift bag or like paper, as opposed to it just being like structured. You know what I'm saying? Panels in this material, as opposed to it looking like a little flimsy at the bottom. But I really do like Mistress Isabel in this look. I just think that the bottom could have been structured with a different material. Yeah, that's my thought.
Yeah, so my thought is, I think this is a soft toot. I don't care for this look. And you know what? It's very few times that you can come out on the runway and have a prop with you and it actually works. There was no need for her to have this damn chain on the runway.
Oh, yeah, she did have a chain.
And it kind of gave me, one of the twins had a robot dog, and that didn't work.
I love that.
I love that.
That completely worked.
I used to have that dog, so it made me
right.
Okay, drag me.
It's okay.
We'll jax you instead.
But there was no point of this chain, and Monet and Bob were right. There's something about Mistress Isabel Brooks that's just, her presence is just like, bitch, I'm here and I'm doing drag.
Very that.
I heard that on that podcast, and it is very much that. So, but when she came out with the chains, I felt triggered.
Definitely agree. Lawrence?
It's a strong toot for me. I think she looks the fuck good. I've always loved Eureka's aesthetic, and she's doing Eureka very proud.
I don't want to do that to her. She was getting that from the minute the promo dropped, and that's not fair to her.
Good. That's a good queen to be compared to, as opposed to some others.
But it's like, but why? Because you both have an old school style of dragging.
No, they paint literally the same way. They both have an old school style. They're both huge. Like, they're both white. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they both do high drag.
That is not fair.
That's a lot of comparisons for a drag queen. Like that's why they're getting compared. We love Eureka. We love Eureka.
I just think Mistress Isabel needs her time to shine without being compared to Eureka.
Well, she's wearing metallic. This is her time to shine.
You're such an ass. Moving on to the final three queens. First up, we have Marsha.
Go ahead and boot it.
Yeah, it's a boot for me, dog.
This is not a boot. You guys, I don't know what you guys are gonna toot the other girl, Anitra, and you're gonna boot this that actually has like character, paneling, a concept like behind it, instead of just like a leotard and a cape.
Be at these New York you must really be at these New York bars rubbing one out with Marsha. This is okay. This is just fine.
This is literally one of the best on the runway, comparatively speaking. There's a concept. There's like Marsha's downfall is her makeup. Her makeup is beautiful, but girl, you are a drag queen at the end of the day. Put the MAC cosmetics on. Anastasia Beverly, like get if it's a cat eye, make it a freaking tiger. Like bring it all the way up. She just stops like right here. And I think that's like what it is. And then she's also not like a big hair girl. Like give us some drag. That's why people are not acquiescing to her, is because she's not giving drag, she's giving realness. Which
Yes.
I guess there's a lane for that, but this is not the lane. This is a drag race, not a drag walk.
Okay. Marsha gives me Blair St. Clair the first time out.
Really? I guess I
Yes.
can kind of see that.
It's
I
kind
guess
of
I
like
can see that.
it's cute, serviceable drag. No one is saying that you look busted. That's not the conversation. The conversation is I know that there's more, and it's in this season. So if you don't bring more, you won't win. You know. So
She won't win.
you know. Hmm?
If she wins after the finale, I will come on the show and I will eat crow.
You will eat what?
Crow on YouTube.
What's crow?
The bird. If she
Okay.
wins,
That's how you start pandemics. Like, please don't bring us into no other shit, please. Like, we don't need nobody eating no fucking crow, especially on camera.
I will say that I'll boot this look, but I do feel bad for booting this look because last episode I did ask for her to do something different than the Marsha Brady
Brand.
the thing that she's running with. So, and this was different. It's still a little bit safe. I did ask her to do something different, and this kind of is, but no, more.
I give it a 2. I think
More Irene Dubois in your drag, please. Just a little bit. Just a little.
It's not bad. I definitely want to clarify. It's not bad. It's not enough. And I feel like that was the problem across a lot of these runway looks. It wasn't enough. Moving on to
Speaking of not enough.
Period.
Aura.
Let's just boot it.
I want to give it its praises before I send it down to the grave. This emerald is gorge. It looks expensive. The structure is on point. The headpiece works. She looks great. It just looks incomplete. You cannot do a leotard and a headdress season 15. I want to say about her, I feel like her drag is very studied.
It's very
trendy drag. It's not. There's no real personal opinion on her drag.
Yeah,
I like her neck up though. Like her neck up is really beautiful. At least like in this here, like that picture, her makeup looks really, really, really nice, and the headdress is beautiful. But I agree 100%. Like what's going on like at the bottom here? It's I guess like on second view, it's not a boot, but it's also not a toot. I don't know what you call that place like in the middle. It's just like
it's incomplete.
Like I expected this from Aura, and unfortunately I was right. And you know, she could have, just leave. It is kind of giving a little bit of like Jade from Mortal Kombat. She should have went that route. If she was going to kind of do something like this and do like a green, because the green is lovely and the makeup is like lovely, borrow one of the other girls' arm cuffs or something all the way up and make it like like one of those.
If we're doing comparisons, and then I'll hop right to you, Derek, she gives me, in a way, not as polished, close though to Plastique Tiara, where it's kind of like it's cute and it's like you can never say it looks bad, but it doesn't push the boundary.
She's a better drag queen than Plastique Tiara. Let's just be very clear here.
You
Plastique
think?
is just Plastique Tiara is no. She's serving real. What else does Plastique do?
She just looks better.
Yeah, and they never read her for her makeup, and she barely wore makeup. A lot of her makeup was very natural looking, just like Marsha's was. Plastique was never the girl that was going to be like... You've ever seen Plastique with Bianca's makeup? Ever?
I don't see many people with Bianca's makeup. Why would you do that? Why is that your standard?
Well, Bianca is a successful drag queen, and then there's Plastique Tiara.
I do like this look actually. I'm it's not season 15 drag.
What season?
9.
Excuse me? Season 9 of all seasons you chose. This is like season 8.
Season 9.
Like,
I can't.
This is not season 8. That was Bob's season.
Right. My point.
Mm-mm.
No, this is closer to like a 9 or 10.
No, this is closer to a Derek or a Barry.
Derek Barry would never wear this.
She should have
I
added
know.
maybe a necklace.
Like
Maybe she could have borrowed the necklace that Shea Coulee wore 50 times on the All-Star 7 runway. It was like the choker one.
Okay, with the rings. Her Lord of the Rings necklace.
Hey, listen, it worked. It won her 2 lip syncs.
Okay.
She won more money than a certain someone else that we know. So
RuPaul said, "You want to star, don't you? You want to star, don't you?"
You want 3.
No, stupid. Okay, so Toots and Boots. What is it?
That was a 2.
Okay.
I'll give it a soft 2.
I'll give it a soft 2 because money was spent.
Yeah,
money was spent.
the makeup,
privilege, she has it.
And then Selena Estites.
Can we all collectively just say it together? Can we all?
I want to say something. I
Can
do
we
want to
all
say
hold
this.
hands and just say it together?
I want to say this before the inevitable.
God.
I do love someone who is proud of where they come from, and I love
Just
the
stop,
idea.
Eric. Stop.
No, I will give her thing.
Please.
Because I understand what she's doing.
Can we make sure we're all on one page first and just hold hands? Let's just hold hands and just say what it really is. What it really is.
Fine. 1, 2, 3. Boo.
Boo. Eric, why would you say that?
Okay, look, someone would have been like, shoot. I would have been like, what the fuck? What the
I'm with you, Eric.
Like the
I
idea of around the way girl aesthetic. I really do. I just think that
this is not around the way girl.
This is shoving it down our throats.
Eric, this is not around
the way girl. That's what she's trying to do. That's why I said I understand what she is going for, but she's not executing it correctly. And maybe it's more of a solo around the way girl.
And around the way girl. Put some door knockers in, some fingertip waves on your damn head, and walk out naked. Fuck is we talk, or at least like some coochie cutters or something.
But that's not fully her culture. This? That is not.
She doesn't. Does she know what her culture is? Does she know what her culture is?
She's Latin. That's why I'm like, this is a cholo around the way aesthetic that she wants to. That's her get down, I believe.
Yeah, I believe that is too. That's her. She wants to be. It's hella like very. I'm a lady, yes. Shola, yes. Okay, give me some hachiros. Yeah, it's very that.
Tahine Holmes.
Like very that. But it's like now her looks have been reduced to crossing the intersection. Oh, La Cienega, give me that. Like, no.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
This is not right. I don't feel like it's around the way either. And
it's not.
It's giving like, no, this is underneath the signs that she stole. I am calling the city.
That makes so much sense. Why I could not find Rodeo? This bitch stole the sign.
Yeah, like no. This is what are you doing? No, this is a boot.
That's a boot. Are you devastated because you want to shoot it, Lawrence?
This is really.
You already know what I said last week. I'm not gonna get this video demonetized or taken down, but yes, I would like to shoot it. This is offensive.
This is a pantsuit. I mean, a bodysuit underneath it.
No. What Raja O'Hara does is a pantsuit. This is atrocious, is what it is. This is unacceptable, and I'm. Oh my god.
Are we sick of Marsha's Marsha Brady look more than we're sick of her shoving down?
No, Selena. Everything is always going to be. No. No, you know why? Marsha is at least like performed well.
Selena is
What
giving
has Selena done?
Selena's giving us good talking heads in her
She's not
confessional.
even really doing that. It's like this obnoxious sound that comes out of her mouth all the time. And then to walk down the runway, and then when she turned around, I don't know if like her hair was like split in half.
Yeah, for like some type of shimmer to come through. It was like a two-part aesthetic. It was a
But it was
wild.
like a blunt. It was like a blunt cut. Like
Yeah,
she
into
cut
some
it, you know, like while they were lined up behind like the thing to walk on the runway. I screeched at the
And then she
bar.
put
I
the
was just like,
lantern on her
what?
head.
Lawrence's face at the bar. Oh gosh.
That was literally everybody's. I'm not even kidding. Every single person was like, oh. Like we were all like, you auditioned 5 times to be on this show. You finally got on, and this is it. You had 5 years to get your looks together. What is this? Besides Princess Poppy, this was the worst look on the run. Let's just move on.
Okay. Well, that was all for the runway.
No, that wasn't all for the runway. We're missing
Mama
the
Ruth's
one
wedding.
queen that should have won the season, Miss Irene the Alien. This
Yeah,
is drag mama. Look at those tits. She's coming for Lucy LaDuca.
she should just go straight to All Stars.
I'm so tired of y'all pumping this. Like, it's not even funny. Y'all are really doing a lot. Okay,
No, she is gorgeous.
We are
Look
off
at that.
the runway. We are
Seattle
off and on to the
Queen,
Maxi
honey.
Challenge. We are out of it. She's out of it. So for the Maxi Challenge, let's start with Team Anitra. Thoughts, Derek? You want to kick us off?
They were the best. They were the best group. To me, the Sasha Colby wasn't that funny to me until Rupaul started laughing, like continuously.
Ruth's cackle makes everything funnier.
That just made it 10 times more funnier. I thought Lux Noir London did a really good job. I like the play on I like how they played to Marsha's makeup. She did a really good job as the therapist. I was like, in my opinion, licensed therapist. And in my opinion, you are wearing just enough makeup. I like them poking fun at that. Selena Estides was good in there, saying that she died as a local girl. Yeah, I thought they were really good. Anitra, I didn't like Anitra's look in this. Something about her wig and her makeup and like the body, it didn't give for me.
I feel like she was supposed to look a mess because remember she was the plastic surgeon person.
Yeah, I think
this was right before. This is when she was like, all I have to do is nothing. It was very up and down.
Yeah, it was very up and down.
She probably doesn't want to waste like an aesthetic that's actually giving on something like this, which is
when is it going to give? When is it going to give?
It's not, but she's your winner, so you keep holding on to that.
Yeah, I'm interested as to why you claimed that, but we'll unpack that later.
Are we not walking our fucking ducks? Are we not walking ducks?
So for me personally, I agree with pretty much everything Derek said when he was making sense. And then I do feel bad because I feel like Selena Estides was doing her thing, but I don't feel like there was much acknowledgement by the judges. Like, did you notice? Like, did you notice the lack of laughter when she was like?
Yeah, she's.
I'm not saying she's like drop dead cackle. Like, no, it doesn't give that. But I'm like, I don't know. Like, sometimes I wonder if the judges have a headset in their headphone and producers are like, don't laugh.
So at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, they've alluded to stuff like that. That like RuPaul has like a headpiece, like a earpiece that like they get fed like some of those one-liners. Some of them, not all of them. They get fed them and then they regurgitate that. But then they've also said that like RuPaul doesn't have much say in like who stays and like who goes. Like it's like a production thing. It's not like a RuPaul thing. I don't know how much I believe that, but it would kind of make sense a teeny tiny bit knowing what Ru's humor kind of is. I don't know.
So they're in RuPaul's ear, like, yeah, Mr. Charles. So actually, in Untucked, Princess Poppy said that she didn't mind going, so we should probably keep Amethyst instead. Okay, all right. Welcome back, ladies. Welcome back. Let the music play
and turn it up. Cause you're a star, baby. Like immediately. So yeah, Lawrence, what were your thoughts? Well, you gave your thoughts. No, you pretty much dragged Selena, and Anitra.
Well, I was actually going to say, thanks for giving me the floor. That Sasha Colby was really, really good. I thought that the head turning thing was funny even before RuPaul like did it because she's so pretty. And when you see pretty girls doing stupid shit, it's just makes it so much funnier. Like she was wearing just like a regular white dress. So look over there, and then she like turned, and then like the editing was really good for their theme. And they had really, 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 really good concepts. I can't help but to think, and this is just me speculating, I cannot help but to think that Sasha Colby being a legend, they're giving her flowers here.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna like move her on out. Like I can't help but to think that. I hope that I'm wrong because she is growing on me as like a drag queen in this competition, but it just kind of felt very much like this episode is 45 minutes. Give it to Sasha because this is it. Like,
damn.
You don't think she's gonna cheddar gorgeous her way to the top?
No, I don't. Okay. No, I don't. Most people don't actually. Like, I mean, cheddar gorgeous was like. And Sasha, there's just too many queens. There's too many queens on this season. Like, it was a double elimination right now. Like,
there's a lot of girls on that main stage. When they line up for the judging, they're probably like, when they're saying it's a bunch of people saved. They're probably like, excuse me, sorry, sis. Excuse me.
Okay.
Excuse me. Let me get to the back. Yeah. Move out of the way.
It's just like.
Okay, so the next team, Team Amethyst.
Just have to click her kitten heels together.
Lawrence,
There's no place like LA.
Forget it. Team Amethyst. I put cringy as fuck. Lucy LaDuca was the saving grace, and barely. But the Dolly Parton in the end was really cool. I'm glad she came in. But other than that whole thing was cringe as hell.
Cringe.
I don't even remember it. I remember the Dolly Parton, but after seeing the Vivian do Dolly Parton, I don't want to see anybody else do it. So you guys can go.
925. That was it. That was the only key part, and that's it.
That was it. Okay, so Team Leftovers. I put there was no saving grace. Their heaven gave hell.
I don't remember who was in it. It was all the old queens that complain about everything, right?
Mistress Isabel Brooks, Malaysia Baby Doll Fox, Jax, Robin Fierce, and Sugar.
Now let me just say this:
Sugar was the best.
Sugar was obnoxious as hell, but she was trying. But she was trying.
I will say this: their idea was pretty good. Like, this is hell for drag queens, but heaven for you, because. And them playing to like all of the people that they actually look like, Munch, as in the Silky for
Malaysia,
and then the Eureka proportionizing for Mistress and so on. I thought that was pretty cool, and then like endless meet and greets and endless photos, and I thought that was pretty good.
The concept was really well thought out. It just wasn't well executed, and I don't know what the disconnect was. But yeah, everything that's why I said their heaven gave hell. I'm just like, this didn't translate as funny as it should have. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Any final thoughts about the Maxi Challenge?
Sugar did the best in her group.
She gave the most
And maybe
effort.
they should have listened to her, and maybe they wouldn't have all been low.
I don't know. I don't think there was any saving that. So Sasha Colby wins, and then Amethyst and Princess Poppy are the bottom two. They lip sync to "Ain't No Mountain High Enough" by Diana Ross. Princess Poppy goes home. And what did you guys think about the lip sync as a whole?
Did we think that Princess Poppy deserved to be in the bottom?
Yes.
For the dress alone, because she wasn't a standout in her. She wasn't a standout in her.
What group was she in? She was in the cringy group, Team Amethyst. Yeah, she could have went.
Okay.
And if
the lip
Amethyst
sync?
step it up, she's next.
Who?
If Amethyst doesn't step it up, she's next. Robin will be kissing her goodbye twice.
Definitely.
Oh,
If it's not Jax, it's definitely going to be Amethyst.
Damn.
I actually do adore Jax. I think
no,
he is
you don't. Oh, here we go with the
No, I
spunky,
think he is
adorable,
so-
all these short adjectives to describe these short
I
people.
think
Like
he is so
that is
cute
so
out of drag.
condescending. You're so cute, but go home. Like, just like what? Oh,
Look
he's
how
so
quick
cute. I want to date you, but your drag aesthetic
Look how
is
quick I was
terrible.
easy to throw Amethyst away. I actually think there's something I want to see more out of Amethyst. But when it came down to Amethyst and Irene, I said, "Go home, Amethyst. Bye, bitch." I'm like throwing away these girls, and soon RuPaul will too.
Okay. Because don't play with it. Come on, baby, don't play with it. Yeah, I just know. And the lip sync itself, like, I actually gagged. I did think that
this is a good song.
Princess Poppy was gonna win. It could have been. I do understand people may feeling like it was crass, but I just felt like the energy was there, the effort was there, the will and fight to want to be in the competition was more obvious on Princess Poppy's side. Amethyst, I feel like she didn't play to her strengths with the whole Diana Ross aesthetic. I feel like you had this big flowy hair, you had this cape, you dropped the cape, you didn't do no spins, you didn't play in it on no BB Zahara Benet shit. It was just a missed opportunity, and I feel like Princess Poppy really pulled out all the stops because it wasn't like she could use her outfit. Her hair was stiff. It was like she had to just do what she had. And I feel like she fought harder than Amethyst, but maybe she fought too hard where it gave Trinity with that old bodysuit.
This is a good representation of why certain songs need to be sang by Black queens.
I agree.
This is just a good representation of that. For something like this, if you knew that this song was coming up, make it a top 2 and have them lip sync for like their legacy or something like that, and make it like Lux versus Sasha or something like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you like,
or like Jax versus Robin
for the top.
No. Well, I'm just saying, like, in a song like this for a lip sync, I feel like they would give it the right.
Oh, yeah. Because they understand, like, the whole thing. I get what you're saying, Eric, but Princess Poppy had her legs open to the camera in a Diana Ross song. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, no.
Like,
we don't
what are
have
you doing?
any lip sync assassins this season. It might be too early to tell, but I don't know of any of these girls being dancers. We haven't had a lip sync assassin since Deja Sky.
No, sweetie.
No, thank you guys so much for watching RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
RuPaul said out of her mouth. RuPaul said out of her mouth, we might have a lip sync assassin on our hands.
She wasn't talking about Deja. She was talking about George's. Like, what are you talking about? RuPaul is 62. She can't even see properly. She uses monocles in both eyes, like, to see the fucking... Like, we can't go based off of what RuPaul says. Let's see you get up there, RuPaul, and do half the shit that these bitches are doing. Let's see that. Like, please. Deja Sky is nobody's lip sync. She sent home Diabetes to Fallen by Alicia Keys. I mean, come on. Like, what is this? Stop.
No, I was kidding, America. I was kidding.
Yeah.
It's all a joke to you, and I hate it.
George's after she was fighting for her life. RuPaul, did you have fun out there?
Yeah. You'll be there next week.
Did you have fun out there?
Yeah, I think it's too early to tell who the lip sync assassins are, and I think it's because they're actually getting it right this season. As convoluted as this season just kind of seems to be, everything seems to feel very fair thus far. Minus Irene the alien going home. But based off of what we saw in that edit, Irene did deserve to. I'm not gonna say that. She won the mini challenge, and her runway was good enough. She elevated what Bosco lent her out of her closet enough to stay at least. Now, if she would have did poor, which she would have done really well in the challenge, by the way. But had she done poorly in a challenge like this, then I would have been like, all right, you kind of you got tossed the chocolate bar, so to speak, the first episode, and now you're fucking it up. But Amethyst, I mean, her garment, I mean, she Amethyst got lucky, honey. Like that could have been a double go home for me had Amethyst not she had the white Diana Ross thing going on. She really did. The hair was huge. She had like the big flowiness of like the garment. And that low-key could have just been Rue's fantasy. Like, she didn't do so well. She probably didn't even do bottom too bad, but I need to see this garment flow all over the place to this song. So let's do that. What I didn't like that Amethyst did was take off the Diana part of the actual garment.
Why? Why
yeah, I didn't get that. Keep it on. Send her home. Princess Poppy, that was a more desperate attempt than like Better in Color.
I don't think Better in Color was an attempt.
Yeah, true.
That
was a lip sync for the geriatrics at like the nursing home down the street.
Okay, Shady Pines. Yeah, so Princess Poppy goes home and we are on to episode 4. So at the end of this, before we call it a day, who are your predictions for the finale 4? It should be 3, no? 4. 4. Derek, you spoke about it earlier, so just remind us.
Yeah, I'm happy to.
What the fuck?
Oh. That was my line.
They gave Gottmik and Paris Hilton.
You're right.
We'll kill it. What was I going to say? Oh, my top 4 is still the same. And sorry if I'm not saying this correctly, as I said last week, but I believe I'm sticking with my last week's top 4. That is Lux, Lucy LaDuca, Anitra, and Mistress Isabel Brooks. I'm going, let's just say season 15 all over again. Robin and Malaysia battling for that spot.
For me, it's going to be Robin Fierce, Malaysia Baby Doll Fox, Mistress Isabel Brooks, and then I will say that my 4th one is going to be Lux Noir London. Lawrence?
I think it's going to be Lux. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for Marsha, but I don't know. Lux and who are the other girls again?
Sasha, the legend, the god, Kobe. How about that? Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing Sasha. Also, like in the finale, as it stands now, I low key, especially with Snatch Game being the game changer for next week, I can low key see one of the twins making it there. Honestly speaking, if they keep their aesthetic up, they're gonna have to battle at some point. They're gonna definitely drive them apart at some point. But if they keep their aesthetic up and they continue to like just kind of climb and claw, one of them I can see in the finale. Not both, but one of them. I think the one that will probably be there is Sugar. But that's just me. And then I can also see Malaysia Baby Doll Fox as well. I want to see more presence from her, like in the challenges and like in the edits and that kind of stuff, because I feel like she can give it with the rest of them. But that would probably be my 4, and an honorable mention is Irene the alien.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna bring her back very against her will, very All Stars 3 Chi Chi edit.
Chi was just like, let me go,
Let me go.
please. Let me go.
She has her literally. Chi had her hands on the. I don't want to go. And RuPaul's like, get your fucking ass in here.
Imagine if Ben would have brought back Chi, even though she said please.
That would have been some bullshit.
Chi's like, damn girl.
Yeah, get me out of here.
I want to offer this information because it came across on my Instagram feed, on my Explore page. Excuse me. That there is a formula of like you can kind of see who's going to go to the end by how many confessionals they have, and it's a whole graph that they have of our current queens, and they say this is how many confessionals they've had, and this will kind of play out towards the end. And it's also a graph for miscongeniality. Like this person's going to go this far towards miscongeniality, and this person has had this many confessionals. I think they're trying to show us something. Because last season, Bosco was being shoved down our throats so bad. And it was because not only did she go to the finale, that damn chocolate bar.
Yeah.
So I would like to share that with you guys. I won't offline after work.
Okay.
Not if it's going to spoil. Yeah, I don't want it to spoil.
Irene had the most confessionals,
which is probably why they wanted to like give her moment and kick her out.
And won the mini challenge. Can I also just say before we go, I did get some of the looks for like the collage from @drag.looks on Instagram.
Yeah.
So thank you @drag.looks for that, because some of these queens they didn't post just yet. So I just wanted to make sure that like I gave credit where credit is due, but I did get
but I think I used them last week too. So
yeah.
We love that. And we love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Please come back next week for our recap of episode 4. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you, Derek. And I will see y'all next week.
Bye.